Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
Stay on top of everything happening in the 901, the Mid-South, and beyond with Grind City Media's e-newsletter, bringing all the news and notes directly to your inbox. Lang's World, always by Lang Whitaker, touches on the biggest stories in the world of sports and pop culture, while Michael Wallace's Grizzlies Insider brings you all the latest coverage and analysis around the Grizzlies and NBA. Don't miss a thing. Stay connected to the conversation and sign up to download the lowdown today at grindcitymedia.com.
The Grizzlies are proud to team up with Prime Global Group, a company on a mission to redefine real estate investment. By leveraging deep experience, strategic insight, and robust resources, Prime Global Group is shaping a smarter, socially responsible future. Whether you're an investor or simply curious, now's the time to explore innovative strategies that align with your values. Join the movement and discover how you can be a part of this exciting evolution. Visit primeglobalgroup.net to learn more and connect with the team today. That's primeglobalgroup.net.
Stop it, bro. You ain't never had to check nobody.
They started right there.
That's that is a real hat. I got that hat from the Hall of Fame of Memphis, Tennessee, man. Yeah, a little move from 520. How you talking about I had a plain black hat on?
He was saying something like
They said you had a gas station
they said he had a gas station hat on, bro.
Hey, it's at a Q-Mart. You can get the 2 wings if you wanted to.
For $6.99, bro. Come on now.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Whole city turns up. Where the best belong. Never love. Shit, never love. 901 to the world, let them know we gotta never love. Yeah, never love. Bluff City show out, gotta never love, never love. Shit, never love. Got soul, got heart, got pride, gotta never love. Yeah, never love. 901 to the world, let them know we gotta never love.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, have it my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. It is Monday, August 17th. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass. Coming up on today's show, big weekend in Memphis. Scottie Scheffler finished on top at the FedEx St. Jude Championship. We had a big Grind City Media wedding over the weekend. Congratulations to the Rosers. We'll talk about the weekend that was. A cool weekend for a Memphis Redbird who got called up to the big leagues, made some history. Other sports stories from the weekend as well. Gary Parrish will join us as he does each and every Monday. We'll do some Hot Mess Express as well. And a celebrity death that hit me real hard. R.I.P. Hayden Panettiere. We'll get into all that and more on today's show. CJ, how was your weekend?
Weekend was good. Played a little tennis, worked on my serve a little bit. Got told I was improving. Yeah, man, I still suck, but whatever.
That's okay.
And then yesterday had big boy errands to run and slept the second half of the day away. Like this is the calm before the storm. Like it's not.
It's coming.
While I think all of us, I won't speak for everybody, but I know I am certainly excited. I can taste it. It's like football weekend is around the corner. I'm trying to do everything that need be done around the house. I cleaned bathroom, cleaned up the back area of the house a little bit. I'm trying to do it in pieces, so I'm not having to do it all at once. Because once that Saturday comes, that first Saturday college football, Sunday NFL, it's going to be glorious. And I know from that point on, my weekends are done. I'll just be parked in front of the couch all weekend. So wanted to rest some this weekend to get ready.
I was with someone at the golf tournament on Saturday, and they said, just think, 2 weeks from today, we'll be watching college football. And I said, bless it. I do come bearing really important good news that I hope you'll be proud. As my sponsor.
Oh, no, wait. I can't be your, can I?
Yes.
Was I ever in preseason? I was. Yes, I can be.
Thank you.
I've recovered.
As
I was
my sponsor.
Yes.
You will be thrilled to know that I did not watch any preseason football, except I was with our dear friend Brevin Knight for a hot second, and he was watching the New York Giants because he is a real one. I, not a real Denver Broncos fan at this point, did not watch the devastating performance of Tua Tagovailoa. I only saw it on my timeline and saw a pick six from the Broncos defense. I moved on with my day. I said, okay, good for them. Brevin was watching Giants preseason football while watching the FedEx St. Jude Championship. So he, not in recovery. Me, I'm in recovery. I said, I don't do that anymore. I don't watch preseason football. CJ showed me the light.
And I know how hard that had to have been for you.
It'll tear me back in.
Because you see that Broncos interception on Tua. It's like, hey, what the hell? I'm curious now. What the hell are the Falcons going to do at that position? I'm curious, how good could this defense be? Well, defenses generally, the top 11 are going to be, this defense is going to be really, really good. But what about if somebody goes down injured? I have to watch the preseason to see some of these backups play.
I don't.
But you didn't.
I don't.
But you
I
didn't.
can read about it.
You did.
I can read about what I need.
Jackson Dart is going into
Back to the medical tent.
Going into his second season.
Second home.
And Scatterboo is out. Is Scatterboo back? Scatterboo's out, right?
Yeah, but he's working his way
back.
He should be ready.
Neighbors is still out there. If you get that Dart Neighbors connection going, who knows what the Giants could be? I am now curious about what the Giants are. Let me sit down and watch the second and third game of preseason. But you didn't do that. Good.
I didn't, even though the Giants' offense is something I'm really intrigued by, both with Harbaugh and then Greg Roman being the offensive coordinator. And do I trust this Giants defense? And also the fact that Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo operate like they are here for a short time, not for a long time. But I didn't watch. I did not watch.
Good.
Instead, I had too busy of a weekend. I was too busy living my life. I was too busy being out and about.
Amazing what you can do when you're not watching the Giants play preseason
Let me tell you
football.
everything I did instead of watch preseason NFL games. I had a really busy weekend. Golf tournament, Roser's wedding. Finally saw Spider-Man, which was very good. Starting on Friday, I went to that Zoo Brew event. First time that they've had it in 7 years. Great event. I hope it's back for a long time. Maybe not in the middle of August because it is a danger zone having a beer tasting event when it's 100 degrees outside.
But like when
the sun was going down.
Yeah, it starts at 7? Like the sun
started at 6.
Okay.
We got there around 7:30.
Yeah.
People were having a great time at Zoo Brew by the time that we got there. It was just really hot. So you're also sweating it out so you can continue through the process of going around. They have all the big local breweries are there, and then there's breweries from other parts of the country as well. It was a cool event, and being at the zoo at night is always special, even though the animals are fast asleep.
Except for the nocturnal ones.
We did go up to the Komodo dragon house, and we were like, Mr. Dragon, are you awake? I thought that might be the one.
They would just leave the Komodo dragon out?
Maybe he wanted to hang out. Don't you think the animals are like, what the hell is going on? But they're in their they're in their inside cages.
Which is why I think they probably put them.
Yes, I would imagine. Yeah. I really dreamed of sharing a beer with a hippopotamus, but that just wasn't in the cards. Before I went to Zoo Brew.
Speaking of hippo, you remember the time you missed that hippo's mouth?
Yes. Okay. Chris brought it up. I was lamenting over the fact that the hippos weren't out while we were at the zoo, and Chris was like, Jess, you've had the coolest experience of all with the hippos. You got to feed a hippo. And I said, well, actually, I missed the mouth of the hippo. He said, yeah, but then you eventually got it in there. And I was like, yeah, eventually I did. But yes, I missed the hippo's mouth. So we did that on Friday night. Before we went to Zubru, too, we went to Bar Lemona, which has one of the best. They have an oyster happy hour on Friday nights right now, and I will continue to sing its praises. It's in the Edge District, kind of in that area with like Hard Times Deli, Gem, Rootstock, the wine store, and it's like a little bar on the corner. They have a patio and a really cute inside area. $10 martinis for their happy hour, and really well-priced oysters. So that was a fun Saturday, and then Friday, and then Saturday. I decided to do what no girl has ever done before. I went out to the golf tournament, and then I went to Roser's wedding.
None of the women in Roser's wedding or who went to Roser's wedding were on the golf course?
Most of the men. I think Lang was out there with Beck earlier in the day.
Got you.
But like we got there at 10 a.m. to try to make sure that we left at an appropriate time to not be rushing to get to Roser's wedding. When I tell you we were still on that golf course at 3:15,
why?
And I said the wedding's that fun because it's so fun. Have you never gotten swept up in the FedEx St. Jude Championship? It happens to the best of us. It is such a, both from the opportunity to watch the best golfers in the world play in Memphis, so the novelty of that coming through every year. It is also one of the best socializing events of the year in Memphis. So you're running into people left and right. We got there at 10 because our boss's house was going to be featured on the broadcast, and so we wanted to get there and be a part of the TV broadcast. We were a little late, so we missed that, but hung out there for a bit. Then we bopped over to the 12th hole and watched a couple of groups go through there, and then it was like 12 o'clock, and I told Chris, I said, we can't be here and not see Scotty Scheffler. Like, we can't not see world number one Scotty Scheffler play here at TPC Southwind. He hasn't won a tournament since, I think it's been 7 months since he won a tournament. I was like, he's due. We should go see it. He's teeing off at 12:45. The walk from 12 to 1, it's about 15 minutes. But again, it's 100 degrees out there in that heat. But I was like, we got to do it. We got to go. And I was so happy that we did, because I do think one of the best ways to see the golf tournament, to experience the golf tournament, is at least for one hole to walk with the biggest gallery on the course. And there were hundreds of fans there to watch Scotty Scheffler. You would not, by the crowd, you would not have had any idea that it was 110 heat index out in Memphis on Saturday. And even when we got there, the crowd around Rory had a horrible weekend. I think he finished with a third worst score of the weekend, +8 or something. We watched him double bogey 18 when we got there, and his crowd was even pretty dense at that point in the late morning, early afternoon. But the crowd out there for Scotty was awesome. And so we ended up walking one just to say we walked a hole with Scotty Scheffler. He came up just shy of a birdie putt, ended up parring. But he had the crazy round on Friday where he posted a 61 despite having 2 bogeys, which is just, like, that's disgusting. You're like, okay, yeah, he's probably going to win this weekend. And even on yesterday, we watched the final round on TV, and he had, I think it was on 3, where he had a shot that hit a sprinkler head, like one of the most unlucky bounces you will ever see. Hits a sprinkler head, dribbles out, ends up taking a bogey on that hole. You're like, well, maybe this is going to be a competitive finish. Maybe we'll have a competitive final round. No, like, he ran away with it. It was like 5 birdies for the round and finished -4 and ended up winning by 8. So Scotty Scheffler, congratulations, your FedEx St. Jude Championship winner. And I wanted to make sure that we got out and were able to say, we watched Scotty Scheffler at TPC Southwind. But then we had to go and we wanted to see some other friends. So we went over to 17 and we bopped around there, and we lost track of time because it's such a fun place to be. And yes, it's hot, but you're reminded constantly, like, an event has to be so good for you not to get completely caught up in the fact that it's 110 degrees outside. And that's what the FedEx St. Jude Championship is. I sincerely hope that the PGA finds a place for Memphis and not one of these challenger tournaments where it's going to be like the developmental golfers or the guys on the come up, like something meaningful here in Memphis, both with FedEx and what it means for St. Jude, because it's just so special. Like, I know it's hot. Guess what? It's hot everywhere. They're going to St. Louis. It's going to be hot there. They're going to Atlanta. It's going to be hot there. So the heat is not as driving of a factor as all of us want to make it out to be. Like, guess what? It's August in the Mid-South, the South, in a lot of different places. It's going to be hot. But it was a special time out there at TPC Southwind, and I'm always reminded how much I love that tournament. And I know it'll still be here as it is in its current state next year, and then what it looks like beyond that, obviously still up in the air, but I am crossing all of my fingers and toes that we have something. I missed you out there, though, this year. Because you're a good walker of the course.
Didn't invite me.
We only went Saturday.
Yeah.
We were on a time.
Hey, It
Time crunch.
doesn't sound like it. It sounds
Well,
like
yeah,
you
then we
guys
won't.
were out there
Then we
having fun.
won't.
It's a good tournament, man. It's a great time. And it's great, like for all the reasons you said, man. Like, I can get out there and I lose track of time.
Yeah.
I barely know most of these golfers, but I know a fair amount of people out there. It is a social event where I walk out there and people who I hadn't seen at all up to this point this year, it's like, oh, there my people is. How's it going? Hang out, catch up for a bit, and then, all right, you following? No? Okay, well, I'll catch you around the course, man. It's a beautiful course. It's a well-run event. It's a whole lot of fun as well. I hate that they're making the changes to it that they're making, but it sounds like from what I've seen, it was a really successful tournament this year, and I look forward to doing the same thing again next year.
Yeah, if there was any thought that, the people aren't going to come out because it's so hot. No, like the crowds were awesome. I heard so much fan feedback from the all-inclusive tickets too. Just the ability to go and grab a bottle of water anytime you wanted or food. Like, it's important to be fed. There was a lady yelling at us on one and yelling at us politely in a very Southern motherly way. She was one of the volunteers and she kept saying, everybody, if you are holding a water bottle, take a sip of your water. You do not want to be a medical statistic. We had 32 medical statistics yesterday. We have not had many today. You do not want to be the first. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Except I didn't have a water bottle, but I did have a transfusion in my hand. So I did have a sip of that. I said, okay, I'll stay like somewhat hydrated in this situation. No, like the tour shop, the pro shop was slammed. Everyone wanted gear. Everybody wanted, something to commemorate having been there. And it was very cool. So shout out to the FedEx St. Jude Championship for yet another special year in Memphis. And very cool to see Scotty Scheffler get a win here to start the playoffs. So we lost track of time, but we still managed to make it to Roser's wedding with 10 minutes to spare, might I add. One of my biggest accomplishments. And we showered.
Wedding
important.
You have to
important.
Show up late to the wedding.
Yes, I would have shown up late for the sake of a shower.
Yes, please.
The wedding event of the season.
It was it.
Forget about Karl Anthony Towns, who got married this weekend. No.
Did?
It was the Roser wedding
and Jordan
weekend.
Woods got married?
They did.
Oh, how about that?
Timothy was there with an untucked shirt. Who has he become?
Chamalay?
Shamala. In my head, I was like, yeah, Chamalay. No, Chalamet. God. And Kylie? Kendall?
One of them.
Kylie? The one who's always been Jordan Woods' friend. And then they had the falling out, but now they're back together. Can you imagine how lucky? What if Timothy was just... I'm just kidding. Please don't ever. What if Timothy was only dating this Jenner so that he could get invited to a Knicks wedding? Because that would be like
incredible.
the dream. But two rings in a summer is like top tier.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Good for them. Congratulations to them. Tell me about the Roser
Yeah, but
wedding.
it wasn't anything compared to the wedding of the
wedding.
Rosers. Nothing compared to the Rosers. Congratulations to
Congrats,
our very
Roser.
own John Roser and his beautiful bride, Jennifer. They had a lovely wedding. The reception was at Premier Palace. Had you ever been to Premier Palace back when it was like Premier Palace of old? I had a lot of Memphians reaching out saying, oh, this is a wedding venue now? And I don't think it's a wedding venue specific. It's just a place you can host parties.
Been to a couple of places in this great city. You'd have to tell me where Premier Palace was.
It's also in the Edge District. Edge District, so hot right now. So kind of like on the opposite side of Sun Studio.
Okay, then.
Like, you know where that big gravel parking lot is?
Yes.
Okay, so it's kitty corner to that.
No, I hadn't kicked it.
But it was it had an upstairs, downstairs.
Nice.
It had a very suitable dance floor. Shout out to the wedding DJ. By the end of the night, everybody was out on the dance floor. It was a really good time. Beautiful. Vernon gave a very moving speech. He was the best man, and so it was cool to see their
touching.
relationship commemorated. Obviously, the focus is on John and Jennifer, but it was cool to see like two friends who have really gone through everything from the Memphis media landscape, and then to have that moment here in Memphis was very special.
Why wasn't I your best man?
I barely had worked with you at that point.
All right.
You were but someone who I had communicated with on a phone, and then you were my producer for like
That's fine.
a couple months.
That's fine. Whatever.
If I got married again, when Chris and I do our vow renewal,
I'll be best man then.
you will be, yes, you'll be our duo.
Suck it, Hannah.
Buffet. And Alex. I was going to give you to both me and Chris. You could be a duel.
Suck it, Alex. You heard her.
Your speech already makes me nervous. You have to trust someone to give a speech. I thought he did a perfect job of being like funny, a little edgy, but very, very sincere. And I think it was on Instagram, so I'm not giving any like government secrets away. Rosa got a little teary-eyed. It was very sweet to see. But everyone, weddings are always so nice. The families are so excited, and just the happiness was radiating off of the two of them. They now get to go embark on a wonderful honeymoon, and I told him, please do not think about work one time while he is away. Because CJ's got you covered. CJ's got you covered.
I do
CJ
not.
and Bennett have you covered.
Bennett absolutely does.
But we did miss you.
Yeah, man. I missed you guys as well. What was the vibe like? What was the first song that was played that brought everybody to the dance floor? Because the way weddings typically go is you come in, whatever, you do the dances first, and then there's that moment where, hey, get up, eat, start.
Yeah,
I want to
it was
dance.
The classic.
Good.
It's
Good.
honestly,
that's how it needs to
gets
start.
all people onto a dance floor. Then there was a surge of line dances for a hot second. A little Cupid shuffle, a little wobble. The to the left, to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right.
Tootsie Roll?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. You were doing it.
Walk
it by yourself, man.
Walk it by yourself.
That's Cupid Shuffle. Now, do you dance?
No, I'm thinking of a different one. Why can't I think of the one that I'm thinking of? Anyway, whatever.
How are you bad to the lyrics of line dances?
Because I'm bad with line dances.
Oh, no.
My people are not good with the line dances.
Did they do the Tamia line dance?
No.
You would have crushed that.
Thanks to you and our one day of technical difficulties. No, it was a good mix. I will say, I think maybe my favorite, Vernon's daughter requested Diva, knew every word.
Beyonce Diva?
Oh, yeah.
Turn up.
And I was like,
is she a female version of a hustler?
I was like, you get it. You get it. But no, it was a very good time. And they had the little sparkler send-off, which is always fun. And I've never been to a wedding with that many people from work. Like you and Megan came to my wedding. I don't think I've ever been to a coworker. I've been to ex-coworkers' weddings, but not in real time, someone that I'm actively working with. And it was fun. It was a really good crowd. All of the directors were there. I sat with our lovely director, Jacob, and his wonderful better half at the ceremony, or at the ceremony. So got to hang out with Libby a little bit, and she was great on the dance floor. Cairo was there, Jalen was there, and then obviously everybody else in the circle. So it was a good time.
Rumors in the chat are that Devin, Jenna, Chris Luther, Steven, and Deshaun, first team all dance floor.
I would agree with that.
Okay.
My husband has never seen a wedding dance floor that he does not want to make sure. At one point, Devin and Steven were dancing, and I could just see Chris standing to the side. I was like, he wants to get in there. I was like, Chris wants to get in there. And sure enough, within the next 2 minutes, there he went. He woke up yesterday and he said, God, I'm a little sore. I said, nah, I don't go as hard as you do anymore. He asked me before we went what pants he should wear to make sure that if he needed to drop it low, he would wear the pants that could allow him to do so. And I said, that's on growth, because you have ripped pants at a wedding once upon a time.
Nobody ripped the pants at this wedding?
I don't think anybody.
I have a boss who ripped some pants once upon a time at a wedding. Was it a wedding or was it just a gala or something like that? Either way it goes, he ripped his pants straight down the back.
Yeah, Chris did that too. All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into the other happenings from the weekend. Congrats to the Rosers. It was a beautiful night to celebrate. We'll talk about that. Gary Parrish will join us as well on the other side.
You might have seen there was a picture that circulated of Travis Kelce where he looked, a little bigger than normal. But here's an actual picture that an actual reporter took at camp yesterday. That's Travis Kelce walking around training camp yesterday. Does that look like a dad bod to you?
Oh, looks like a man in football shape to me.
If that's a dad bod, buddy, I wouldn't mind having one of them.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
When the arena lights dim for a concert or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person who will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's a person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to give you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let other fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Stay on top of everything happening in the 901, the Mid-South, and beyond with Grind City Media's e-newsletter, bringing all the news and notes directly to your inbox. Lang's World, always by Lang Whitaker, touches on the biggest stories in the world of sports and pop culture, while Michael Wallace's Grizzlies Insider brings you all the latest coverage and analysis around the Grizzlies and NBA. Don't miss a thing. Stay connected to the conversation and sign up to download the lowdown today at grindcitymedia.com.
Stop it, bro. You ain't never had to check nobody.
They started right there. That's
crazy. That is a real hat. I got that hat from the Hall of Fame of Memphis, Tennessee, man. Yeah, a little move from 520. How you talking about I had a plain black hat on?
He was saying something like,
They said you had a gas station
they said he had a gas station hat on, bro.
Hey, it's at a Q-Mart. You can get the 2 wings if you wanted to.
For $6.99, bro. Come on now.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Grizzlies are proud to team up with Prime Global Group, a company on a mission to redefine real estate investment. By leveraging deep experience, strategic insight, and robust resources, Prime Global Group is shaping a smarter, socially responsible future. Whether you're an investor or simply curious, now's the time to explore innovative strategies that align with your values. Join the movement and discover how you can be a part of this exciting evolution. Visit primeglobalgroup.net to learn more and connect with the team today. That's primeglobalgroup.net.
Welcome back, yes?
Did you make any DJ requests?
I think on the invite, you requested songs, and mine was Hot in Here, because that's Chris and my wedding song. And it would have been applicable for this wedding as well.
Was it hot in there?
So. No, the AC was working wonderfully. Shout out to both the church and Premier Palace. Air conditioning was excellent. I think Little Italy did the catering, and it was perfect too. Some pizza, pasta, that is perfect wedding fare. I will ask Gary his opinion on the ultimate dance floor rankings, but I do think it probably went Devin number 1. And I'll give Chris number 2. Yeah, and Deshaun and Steven would be mad at me for saying that. You'll give Chris 3, Jacob. Who would you give 2? Steven 2? Yeah, that's okay. I think even Chris could agree. Steven in his boot. Steven played through injury. He had his boot on, and he did not let it stop him. At one point, he was leaning up against the wall. He's like, I think I need to take a break. I think I might have overdone it a little bit. And I said, get back out there.
The hell with your body.
No, I told him, please be safe.
Black man, go out there, entertain me, and start dancing.
This is not worth continuing to put pressure on your foot.
Boy.
No, but he was one of the best dancers on the floor.
Good.
Yeah, it was a good dance floor. Gary's son was dancing with Devin at one point. I feel like he came out of the... He was probably the big winner of the evening because now he can like take those dance moves and...
Was it L to the O to the U?
Yeah. It was.
That kid is incredible.
And he was great on the dance. They just kept doing this.
Yeah.
I swear at one point I looked over and for like 3 minutes straight, it was just Devin and the L to the O to the U. Incredible. All right, we'll talk a little bit more with that with Gary when he joins us. Listen, as far as other sports things that happened over the weekend, as I said, I did not watch preseason NFL action. I also wasn't able to watch a lot of WNBA action. I know the Lynx beat the Aces. Olivia Miles had another 20-point game, 23-8. If you looked at it from an MVP matchup standpoint, Asia also played incredibly in the game. She had 32-7, so in terms of the MVP battle, but Olivia Miles and the Lynx continue to put themselves a step ahead of all of the other teams in the W. The Fever won both of their games over the weekend, which was big for them. They came back to beat the Dream in overtime yesterday, and by getting that win, it was big because it evened up the season series, and the Dream are behind the Fever in the standings. I believe Fever now a game and a half ahead of the Dream and just a half game behind the Aces, who are in third. So as that regular season battle, playoff positioning comes kind of into its final stretch, some big outcomes over the weekend.
And don't forget, like, there is a month break coming up here real soon.
World Cup break.
And so they'll break for a month, and then I think coming back, everybody will have 4 games, maybe 5. 4 games, I think, is what everybody will have. So, like, this is... It is weird because what should be a, hey, everybody push all the way to the end of the season is going to be, hey, everybody push until we get this little bit of a break.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to come back and be in rhythm to finish out the rest of the year. So it was, to your point, it was huge for the Fever to maintain their rhythm, maintain their flow, and to get out to not a big lead in the standings, but to have the pole position as teams start jockeying and fighting to avoid playing as long as you can one of the Lynx, Valkyrie, and Aces.
You know what women's basketball clip was all over my timeline this weekend, though? It wasn't from a WNBA game. It was from that overtime elite tournament. Did you see that Gigi Banks?
No.
She was everywhere. On Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. She's a 17-year-old from Virginia, 5-star combo guard, and her highlights took over this weekend. This was her team is YGE, and this was one of the overtime tournaments. Oh! The crossover, the finish. She has some gorgeous no-look passes. I guess.
Wow! Froze her. Damn.
Yeah. I love when a young up-and-coming player's highlights hit the timeline, and it's just like, oh, that player's going to be special. That no-look was so nice. Cross her up, straight to the basket. Ooh, up and under.
Ooh, good spin on the ball.
Everyone's like, is this?
Oh, what a split.
Kyrie?
Oh, that's nice right there.
I know.
Oh.
I was like, at first it pops up. You're like, oh, it's another high schooler getting hyped up. And then I pressed play and said, oh, no, she's legit. Like, this girl's awesome.
Is she committed anywhere yet?
No, she's got a ton of different offers at this point. She was a part of WNBA All-Star Weekend. She was with Elena Deladon and Shakira Austin, and their team won the Shooting Stars Challenge. Okay. And they said it was thanks to her. They were like Team DC because she's from that area in Virginia. She's 4th-ranked player in the country in the class of 2027, but the top-ranked combo guard. So Gigi Banks. Remember her name.
Keep a lookout for Gigi.
The other big thing that was on the timeline this weekend was baseball related, and as your official baseball show in Memphis, Tennessee, saw 2 really important things in baseball this weekend. The nice thing about our show is, you know, if we're talking about baseball, it means that it has to be really big, really important, like when something gets done that has never been done before in the history of the 123-year-old Major League Baseball league. Joshua Baez. Ooh, I love seeing a former Memphis Redbird, and I mean former because I don't think he's coming back down here. Made his debut for the Cardinals on Saturday. He has played 103 games in Memphis. He's had a really good season here. 34 home runs this year with the Redbirds. He is the Cardinals' number 3 prospect, was picked 54th in the 2021 MLB draft. He gets called up. The Cardinals are playing the Cubs at Wrigley. So rivalry game, iconic stadium. Cardinals are chasing a wild card spot. So it's a meaningful game, an important game. And his first at-bat in the majors, first pitch in the majors, he hits a home run. What? Very first pitch. Wham. And not only does he hit it, he crushes this sucker. That thing is gone. It was the longest home run by a player in their first plate appearance since they started keeping track with StatCast. Aaron Judge held the previous record. Like, just imagine the first pitch you ever see as a pro and you hit it out of the park. Like, incredible stuff. Stuff of dreams, cinema, beautiful. The fans are there. He had a ton of friends and family there to cheer him on. So, like, already You think that's awesome. Great start to his pro career. Next at bat, hit a home run.
What?
Next at bat,
What do you do?
hit a home run.
What?
3 home runs, 3 at bats. 4th at bat, he didn't hit a home run. He didn't hit a home run. But all in his first game, all on the road against a rival at a place like Wrigley. It was incredible. And the team back in Memphis was watching in the clubhouse. It was so sweet. This is their reaction after the first home run. And we should put the volume up on this because it was awesome.
Sweet. Oh my God.
Just guys supporting their guy. They say bye-bye. I don't think we're going to see you again anytime soon. That's so cool, though. Like, every once in a while, something happens, and it really, we talk, this is the first time in the history that this happened. And it's like, it's cool. But that is incredible. Like, the odds of 3 at-bats, 3 home runs, your first major league appearance is legendary stuff. He will have that forever.
Yeah, you can't start a career much better than that. And he might be a part of the reason why the Cardinals won the midseason championship or whatever. Not Cardinals, the Redbirds, won the midseason. I can't remember what we call that championship. But they won that. They'll be in the postseason. But, he might be a part of the reason why I, like you, Jessica, don't think he's coming back. Think he's gone.
Well, and so there's your reminder. You missed it. If you didn't see him play here, that's on you.
If you're a former teammate of his, over at AutoZone Park, text him now, call him now, because he's probably going to lose your number, man.
It's too late.
You think it's already too late?
I don't mean to lose his number. That guy had to have had 1,000 text messages on Saturday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
1,000.
Don't do it Saturday. Saturday, everybody's doing it.
Wait until
Sunday's
Thursday.
Today. But I think by Thursday, he's going to
hope you had a good rest of your weekend.
New phone, new numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Joshua Baez, remember his name.
And that's the part of the fun about being in Memphis with the Redbirds, right? You can go over there and you get to see these guys before they blow up, like right before they blow up. If the Redbirds are good, like it's one of those weird things where, okay, like if the Grizzlies are good, we're talking postseason expectation, things of that nature. If the Memphis Tigers are good, again, we're talking postseason championship, conference championship, things of that nature. If the Redbirds are good, we're talking about guys getting a chance to go play in the majors at some point in time. So I absolutely want to get over there and see them, because if they're good, they're going places. And just like Mr. Joshua Baez, he went places.
I remember watching Randy Arizarena a lot of times. Harrison Bader. They did that Darth Bader, and I think he'd been called up by the time that the bobbleheads came out. So it was like almost a cool, hey, now you can go watch him in the bigs. But at a time, he was right here at AutoZone Park. The other baseball important happening over the weekend. Kristen Bell performed at a Savannah Bananas game. Did you see it?
Who?
Kristen Bell. She's the voice of Anna in Frozen. She's an actress. She's in everything.
Never seen her.
Yes, you have.
I've never seen her.
Yes,
I promise you I
have.
I promise you I have.
Veronica Mars herself?
No clue who that person is.
Kristen Bell.
No.
Married to Dax Shepard. Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Okay, well, who was she in Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
The girlfriend.
Okay, so I've seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Okay.
Most
recently, she was, I can't think of the name of the show that she was just, Nobody Wants This, which was the cute little rom-com on Netflix. She's the voice of Gossip Girl, which was very important to me. What else would you know her from? I mean, Veronica Mars is her big one. As well as Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Anyway.
I've seen, now you're saying Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I can see her.
Yeah.
Would not have known her name, one. Don't know if I've seen her in anything else.
Well, the Savannah Bananas are going to save baseball, which means musical theater is going to save baseball, and baseball might save musical theater. Yes, you know Kristen Bell.
She's a chick from Good Place. Didn't see
also
it, but she's from there.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Also,
you got to name things that I have some awareness of, not Veronica Mars.
I mean, I've started with she's the voice of Anna in Frozen, so she came and she sang.
Oh, wait, she's Anna's voice?
The first thing I said. She sang Frozen.
You didn't say she was Anna's voice.
She sang for the first time in forever, and then Derek
Wait, that's
Klena,
Let It Go, right?
Frozen?
Yeah, well, her.
Yeah. No, Elsa sings Let It Go. Anna's the sister, the little redheaded sister with the pigtails.
Oh, okay. Love is an open door.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Into the unknown?
No.
Okay.
For the first time in forever is what she's saying. And then Derek Klena did a song from Wicked, and then they both did Having the Time of My Life, which was also played at Roser's wedding. But they did the lift, where he like lifted her in the sky.
Did they do the lift at Roser's wedding?
I can neither confirm nor deny that a couple people might have like thought about it, but no one got lifted in the air. No.
I got lifted doing that song at the Cerritos wedding. Played that.
Wow.
And
who lifted you?
The crowd.
I was gonna say the force of the people.
We did it 3 times and it did not work. It was like me and I would jump into the arms of like 5 dudes and they just couldn't do it. Dustin Starr steps up and Dustin's like, all right, you 4 grab his front half, I'll grab his back half. And that's how they ended up lifting me. It was a beautiful moment.
Wait, also, Jacob, wrong. Jacob said the Savannah Bananas are for people who really like the new Pat McAfee album. No, you're not doing that. No. I don't even sit here loving the Savannah Bananas, but those are 2 entirely different subsects. Come on.
No, I think the Savannah Bananas hit everybody. So I think people who do love
that album
also love the Savannah Bananas. But people who love like Key Glock also love the Savannah Bananas.
Did you listen to the new Pat McAfee album?
You know I didn't.
I also did not. Did you, Jacob?
Why would you ask? Nobody listened to it. No.
I bet Jacob listened to a song.
Jacob has seen clips. He has not listened. Correct.
I don't even know. Was it Orlovsky who was like, this is awesome? He got ripped for it.
What?
I think he did.
I mean, was it good?
I don't know. He said this album is legit good. And everyone said, okay. Okay. That'd be like if you put out an album and as your coworker and sometimes friend, I'd have to be like, yeah, CJ's album is legit good. And everyone would know.
It would be good.
Yeah, we've seen track number 1, reportedly, allegedly.
Just to set the mood.
Track number 2, not a girl's girl.
Yeah.
Track number 3,
Wake Up Rob.
Wake Up Rob.
Come on now. Y'all know how I do it.
An all-timer.
You know what your man's is over here?
Yeah, it's true. You could probably produce some bangers.
I would.
Can you burn some CDs and we can give the realest of the reels? That can be the merch that you guys get. CJ's album.
The burnt CD of Jessica Benson show intros.
Yeah.
And sound clip sounders.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, Gary Parrish will join us on the other side. We'll get his takes from the weekend as well after a quick break.
How could I forget the banger Women and Girls in STEM?
Women and Girls in STEM.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
When the arena lights dim for a concert or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person who will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's a person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to give you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let other fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
14 is Texas Tech.
Yeah, they don't have a who's their quarterback.
Will Hammond? Where did he come from? What's his name?
It's not Sorsby anymore.
You can bet on that. Will Hammond was at Texas Tech?
Yeah, he's a Texas. He's just been around.
They said, hey, we're getting a degenerate gambler to replace you. And he's like, that's what you think. We're going to find out that Will Hammond turned this guy in.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Stay on top of everything happening in the 901, the Mid-South, and beyond with Grind City Media's e-newsletter, bringing all the news and notes directly to your inbox. Lang's World, always by Lang Whitaker, touches on the biggest stories in the world of sports and pop culture, while Michael Wallace's Grizzlies Insider brings you all the latest coverage and analysis around the Grizzlies and NBA. Don't miss a thing. Stay connected to the conversation and sign up to download the lowdown today at grindcitymedia.com.
Each challenge is unique, so each game plan is customized to identify opportunity and the path to victory. It's true in basketball, it's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle with personalized planning and advice. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by May 30th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
You might have seen there was a picture that circulated of Travis Kelce where he looked, a little bigger than normal. But here's an actual picture that an actual reporter took at camp yesterday. That's Travis Kelce walking around training camp yesterday. Does that look like a dad bod to you?
Oh, looks like a man in football shape to me.
If that's a dad bod, buddy, I wouldn't mind having one of them.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Welcome back. It is Monday. That means it's time to catch up with Gary Parrish, host of the Gary Parrish Show, weekday mornings at 10 a.m. on Grind City Media. Gary.
Let's catch up.
How was your weekend, Gary?
My weekend was fine. How was yours?
Oh, it was lovely.
Yeah, mine was lovely too.
I went to a great wedding.
Oh,
that's crazy.
I saw you there.
Oh, I saw you at the wedding.
How was that?
Wow, wild times.
It was a good time.
It was a very fun wedding, and it was nice to be out and about on a Saturday night and just celebrating the beautiful love of the roses.
I think all weddings should have basketball courts in the back.
I also think all weddings should, because it gives people something to do. Like, you can move out of mingling, eating,
escape.
drinking. And I think having the ability to escape. We had a Papa Shot at our wedding, and I have been told by other people they really appreciated the chance to just go and shoot some hoops outside. That's a small Papa Shot. A basketball court presents the opportunity for people to just go shoot some hoops.
And even if you're not playing, you can pretend that you're watching.
Yes.
And you can sort of break away.
It was like a whole back room that provided just the ability to break off in small groups, which I like.
I need that bad.
Yes.
I was at a wedding a few weeks ago, and at one point, the groom, this was at some point in the middle of the reception, I think, and the groom came down to this tent. It was down in the resort, and he was, I think, maybe, I don't know what he was doing. I think he was sneaking off, and I was just sitting by myself. And he goes, "Hey, you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just needed to do this for 10 minutes.
I've done this.
I just needed to sit here by myself for 10 minutes. I can't keep telling people what I do and where I'm from and how many kids I got."
Well, that was nice about this wedding, too, because there were so many of us that we kind
of just know each other.
No offense to the people who were there who weren't involved in the Memphis sports media landscape or Grind City Media or the Grizzlies. I didn't really talk to them.
Yeah, I didn't really have to introduce myself too much this one, but that other one was I didn't really know anybody other than the bride and groom and a few others, and so it was just and so tell me about your kid. And so it's so my oldest is 23, and then we do the whole thing, and I was I can't tell that story again right now. I just need a break. And that basketball court served a similar purpose. Hey, everybody's having a good time. I'm sort of bored with this conversation. I'm going to go outside and see what's up and check on somebody and do that. And you can just sort of break away for a minute.
It also gave the men a chance to take off their jackets.
Yes.
And in some cases, their overshirts, and then just wore white T-shirts the rest of the night, which I always appreciate for everybody. Once you get on the dance floor, you don't need to have the coat on anymore.
I think once the lights are down and the music's going, all rules are off. You can lose your coat then. I think I lost coat, but not shirt. I think I kept my collared shirt on.
I think that's what my husband did as well. I do have an update from Chris. We were talking about dancer rankings, the official dancer rankings. He's number one forever in my heart and always. But from the totality, I could see it as Devin 1, Steven 2. Jacob said he'd give Chris 3, but Chris came back and said, "What the hell? Steven took so many breaks. We don't give participation trophies. He gets comeback dancer, but not votes for MVP. Chris admitted he gets docked for not knowing line dances. He knows that. He runs with that.
I give Steven credit. He was the first one to go to sunglasses inside.
That's true. I do love the sunglasses
and that
inside
helps.
move.
That helps, I think,
Yes.
with the dance floor. I think Lou's getting a little shortchanged on the dance floor.
I did bring up Lou.
rankings.
I said he was in the mix.
He was in there hard.
He was in the mix.
Like he's gonna work hard to learn and he
emerged from the weekend, I would say, a better future dancer.
No, he wants
at all parties.
He wants to be involved in
Yeah.
everything. Like he's very eager.
Yes.
To be out there. So he had a good time. Hey, you bring up your husband. Let me tell you. Here's a compliment. Can I give you a
Yeah,
compliment?
sure.
So my wife's an observer.
Yeah.
Like she sits around and she just sort of watches people all the time. She just sort of like doing this all the time. She just likes to listen and like pick up on things. And so we were standing there together the other night, and you and Chris were on the dance floor. And you know what she said? She did one of these. She went and looked at one of these, and I said, "What's up?" And she goes, "Look." And I said, "What?" She goes, "You can really tell how much he loves her."
Oh, stop.
Isn't that sweet? Isn't that
No,
sweet?
now I'm blushing.
No, but like that's a sweet thing. Like that's good because you can look at other couples and see
Yeah.
that maybe they don't like each other so much.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I saw a famous couple in an airport one time. I'll tell you
Really?
this if you want to. But it was in an airport. And it was like sitting in the Sky Club, whatever. And it was a pretty famous couple. Like you know that both these people.
Yeah.
And they were at the time they were married. And I saw them, and it just looked like they didn't know each other.
Oof.
It was like
Yeah.
they walked in here together, and they're sitting next to each other, but he's over here, and she's like this, and it was just like something's not right there.
Uncomfortable.
And to be clear, I've looked exactly that same way
Right.
in the airport.
Hey, to be clear,
yeah.
Chris and I at some point have probably looked like that.
You probably seen me go. You probably see me at the airport being like, I told you what time we had to leave. You know, like all that stuff,
Yeah.
right? Traveling can be difficult. But I'll never forget this. I saw them and I was excited. I was like, oh, look. And then I just sort of was looking at them for like 45 minutes. And I never saw them look at each other kindly, even for a second. And within a year of that, they were separated. Yeah. And one of them went on to date Harry Styles, and the other one became Ted Lasso.
You want to know what's interesting about that? Wait, put a pin in that, because I did want to say, I think the fascinating thing about weddings for me is it's not like I grew up. One, I didn't even want to get married myself. So weddings are such an interesting thing for me to experience. And not everyone loves going to weddings. Like sometimes someone finds out they have to go to a wedding and they'll be like, oh, another wedding.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of weddings and people joke about, oh, where's Jess? Oh, she's at another wedding.
I've felt that before at a wedding.
Sure.
Not about this one, of course. But
No. My favorite thing about going to a wedding is getting to go with Chris and
He's
dance
fun at
and have a
weddings.
good time. Like it's just the most, it's so
What if he just loves weddings more
fun.
instead of you?
Maybe that's
What's
it. They
that?
just
What if-
lights
what if
up.
I was like,
no,
no, he loves
he
weddings.
loves a dance
He would
floor.
be like this with
Please.
anybody at any
loves
wedding.
a
You can
dance
go out there.
floor.
He'll look at you this way.
When Chris makes his rankings, dance floor 1, Jessica 2.
There you go.
But I do think there's something that, like, as a couple that gets the opportunity to go with each other to weddings, it's always a nice, like, spark reminder of,
Sure.
hey, remember our wedding?
Yeah.
Our wedding was so fun. Let's have fun at this other person's wedding now and reflect and kind of try to recapture the magic that was. Sometimes I roll my eyes where everyone says their wedding was the best day of their life. I'm like, surely not everybody had the best day of their life. But I mean it.
But that was a good day.
My wedding was the best day of my life. I've had other really great days in my life. But even I think we were talking with Lang and his wife, and they're like, anytime you're at a wedding, do you ever think about things you would have done differently at your wedding? And I could tell the question took Chris kind of back. He didn't really understand the question, and so he started answering it in some other way. I was like, no, they mean like if we would have changed anything about our wedding. And he just goes, oh. And he like caught my eye, and I could tell he was trying to make sure that we were on the same page. And he goes, not a thing.
See, we would change
and
everything.
I said, not a thing.
But we talked about this before. I don't mean to bemoan it because it comes off as like sad and depressing. But like, we were young and poor, and we didn't really have the means to have a nice wedding, and so we literally went to another country and had a little private wedding by ourselves. Like we did not have our family there. We did not have our friends there. So all of that stuff that was really special the other night, like we missed something, and like we don't sit around talking about it every day, but absolutely, if we could go back and do it differently, if you could throw some money on top of us, we would do it. We would all do it differently. And some people have suggested like renewing your vows and having that night
someday.
Maybe. I mean, it's one of those things we talk about, but then somebody's always got baseball practice or something.
Eventually, maybe you'll have a break in the baseball practice.
Maybe,
I don't know.
maybe.
With Ted Lasso and
Yeah.
notable director, I struggle to watch him in Ted Lasso sometimes now.
Without
We started Ted Lasso after we got home. I did not second location it. I was very proud at this point in my life to recognize I'm a 34-year-old woman. I can go home and go to bed. But we got home and I was like, let's just watch a show before we go to sleep. I made it 15 minutes. Yeah. I fell asleep. But I find myself when watching Ted Lasso, which is funny because I don't experience it with her. And I know there was the whole Harry Styles of it all.
It's because he laid down behind a car. You can't get that out of your head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's because of how the divorce papers were served on her big moment. And I know maybe he didn't
He said he didn't mean it like that.
I know he has said that.
I actually believe that.
But I can't get it out of my head.
I understand that.
I'm trying really hard. The people in my life want me to enjoy the new season of Ted Lasso. I have many people trying to push me into this season, and I know that it's going to address women's sports, and by God,
I'm enjoying it so far. It's 2 episodes. I enjoy it.
I'm 15 minutes. I need to catch up on the part that I fell asleep in. I think I can get back to it, but I was not hungry for more Ted Lasso. And my mom asked me why yesterday. I think a part of it's that, and also, like, the world is so messed up, always evergreen statement, that like saccharine super positivity, it felt really sincere the first time around, and I think I can't separate it from the obvious money grab that it is. And so many things in this entertainment world are money grabs. They got MLS, the Women's World Cup is next year, coming off of the Men's World Cup last year. They all had a chance to make a ton of money and put this on Apple TV, and that feels so antithetical to like what the heart of the show is supposed to be.
Sure.
So help me get there.
Okay. All of that is true. The truth is it probably should have ended after last season.
Yes.
That
Maybe
was
the season before.
That was the plan, by the way. It was over.
Right.
They never officially like put a period on it, but it was like understood it's over. And then I think what happens is all these people look up and it's like, we have a hit television show. None of us are really movie stars.
Right.
What are we doing? Yeah. Like, it's one thing when Steve Carell walks away from The Office, or everybody on Euphoria walks away from Euphoria because they're all movie stars. Like, Jason Sudeikis is not a movie star.
Yeah.
None of these people are movie stars. And so, except for the guy who played Jamie Tart, and he's now off doing movies. He's not even in this one, really.
Or he's on that Rooster show with Steve Carell.
Well, that's what I mean. There you go. Perfect, right? He's doing other things.
Yeah.
The rest of the cast really wasn't doing too much.
Yeah.
And so it was like, we've got a hit show. What else are we doing? Everybody needs paychecks. Let's do it. Hey, we thought we wanted to be done with this, but turns out we ain't got nothing better to do. So let's do it. That seems to be the idea behind it. So I can understand being like rolling your eyes at that. And so to be clear, I didn't need another season of Ted Lasso either. I just sort of turned it on out of like, I've already invested 3 seasons. I'll just see and I think they're doing it well.
Okay.
I think it feels the way it used to feel. It feels fine. I think they're doing it well.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think you'll hate it.
And they're also in Kansas City, which is the largest soccer market in this country. Yeah. Like all these things.
All of that.
They're at Gates Barbecue, which is where we went before our World Cup in Kansas City. So I'm trying to have fun with that.
There's all of that. You know, they mentioned Taylor Swift and they tie her to Kansas City. And so there's a lot of current stuff. But circling back to the initial thing, like I get that with Jason Sudeikis. Like it's hard to see Ted Lasso without thinking. But I would just say this, like we've all been in relationships at this point, some good, some bad.
Yes.
Think about the worst moment, the worst minute.
Oh, yeah.
We've all acted crazy.
I can change it on other things. Perfect counterpoint. Kerry Russell and Matthew Rhys are probably top 2 couples in the entertainment industry for me right now. Yeah. I love Zendaya and Tom Holland. I just saw Spider-Man, and I think it's Chris and I looked at each other after, like, what a dream to be able to make 2 blockbusters together, make all this money. You're at the top of your game. And they genuinely seem in love. You never know in the Hollywood
you never
space.
know, but like I like the way they look.
At least for now, they're real ones with each other. Kerry Russell and Matthew Rhys met on the set of The Americans.
Sure.
And this keeps getting brought up because they're doing a pretty heavy-handed Emmy promotional tour right now. Like Matthew Rhys was on the Daily's big Saturday interview over the weekend, so I was listening to that.
Because he did the show.
He did Widow's Bay.
Which was great.
And he's a 2 part nominee because he was in the show with Claire Danes, The Monster and Me on Netflix, which was a very easy binge. But Widow's Bay was special. Like that was one of my favorite shows of the year. Kerry Russell is in The Diplomat.
Right.
She's nominated.
I started.
Oh, so
I'm in it. I'm in it now.
Let's go. I'm going to get everyone onto The Diplomat. We have 1 episode left and we're trying to save it for a special time because we just don't want it to be over. But they're having to navigate these interviews where they are clearly, you talk about people who look at each other with just the ultimate love, that like special lightning in a bottle, like they make each other laugh, they're playing off of each other in these interviews and it doesn't feel fake at all. They were with other people when they met. She was married, she has 2 kids. Yeah. And I'm like, sometimes things happen and it leads to the love of your life. So you can like make these, I'm not saying, all that to say, of course, there are good and bad relationships and things go awry, and it should not be the reason why I can't watch Jason Sudeikis and Ted Lasso, for goodness sake. But I think I'm trying to create infinite excuses because I'm just annoyed that there's a new season of Ted Lasso.
I just look at that whole story and I go, you know what? It sounds like a guy who was clearly heartbroken, felt like his life was slipping away from him, and got a little bananas. And I'm sure, with the benefit of hindsight, he realizes that. And I don't. You know what I've seen subsequent to the stories about him struggling with the breakup is him with his arm around her at their kid's soccer game. 3 years later, being like, hey, there's our kid, and we're both doing okay.
And that's kind of cool from the Ted Lasso part, because that's a part of the storyline in the show. So I'll take that as it is.
I try my best not to judge people in the worst moments of their relationships.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's a good rule of thumb to live by. Hey, speaking of relationships that you can't judge forever, you still mad at the PGA Tour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes is the honest answer.
Yeah.
And it impacted my desire to want to be out there this weekend. To be clear, I didn't go, not 1 second. And it's not strictly because I was boycotting anything. Don't overstate it. I had something to do every day of the tournament. Last Thursday, I wanted to go play golf, so we did that. Last Friday, I had to pick my boys up from school at 3 o'clock. It doesn't make any sense to go after 3 o'clock. On Saturday, we had football practice in the morning, and then Roser's wedding. The tight window. I know you guys went, but I didn't feel compelled to do it.
Would not advise.
And then on
most.
Sunday morning, I wanted to play golf, and then we had a little baseball swim party. And so I had something to do every day where I could say, I'm busy. But the truth is, any other year, I would have made time. And this is sort of my personality. I don't brag about it. I'm not sure it's mature. I'm not even sure it makes sense in this regard, but it's just, I'm being honest with you. Like, once you break up with me, I'm kind of like, all right, we're broken up.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll see you around, maybe or maybe not. But I might try to talk you into staying, but once you make it clear to me you're gone, I'll see you around. And that's the way I am with this. Like, once you tell me TPC Southwind and Memphis and those kids in that hospital and FedEx ain't good enough for you anymore, then I don't really care about you anymore. I mean, I'll still watch you on TV and be like, man, Scotty's awesome. But the idea that I feel compelled to go support something, no, you said you don't want to be here anymore, so go. I don't even want them back. Like the Challenger Series?
No, I don't want the Challenger Series. I want something else. In being there this weekend, the reminder of, this is how my brain goes going into golf tournament. Man, it's so hot. I don't know if I'm going to get out there. Okay, well, I'll go out there and do some pre-tournament preview stuff on Wednesday. Well, I got to find one day to go. Let's go out there Saturday. Next thing I know, we're there longer than we ever intended to because we're having the best time. And the crowds were great. There were so many fans despite the heat. You have the chance to walk up on Scotty on one hole. On the next side, not that like everyone knows Sam Burns, but we finish walking with Scotty on 1. We come back on 9, and we see Sam Burns and Matt Fitzpatrick both get within like a foot of the hole, and we're standing under this beautiful shady tree.
Oh, it's great.
Don't even feel bad at that point.
Yeah.
You see Tommy Fleetwood on your walk to the next one. Like, it's such a cool and unique experience, and one of those very awesome events here in Memphis that will be such a bummer to lose. And so please, I'll take the opposite side of that. Dear PGA, it doesn't have to be like this. We don't really want the Challenger Series.
I don't want that at all.
I don't want the up-and-comers.
Are you ready for this? I will never go to that. If you send me a minor league golf tournament, I will. Are you ready? I'll never go. I'll never say a word about it.
As I tried to not watch as much preseason football, I think involved in that would be not attending minor league golf tournaments, especially if it's in 100 degrees. That might be where I draw the line. Yeah. So it needs to be something with oomph behind it. Something where these golfers.
Vernon has mentioned the Champions Tour, which is for people who, it's the Seniors Tour. It's 50 and up.
Right.
So it's Ernie Els, it's Doug Memphy and Doug Barron. It theoretically could be Tiger Woods when he's back to playing golf. And having Tiger Woods here on what amounts to a Senior Tour, I could get behind that. But if they offer the Challenger Tour, no, I don't. FedEx can do whatever it wants to do, but if you put me in charge of it, I would say no.
Yeah.
You have disrespected me. I got frustrated yesterday watching them on TV, and that's CBS Sports, I should say. But it's like, and they mean so much, and such a partnership, and such a great. I'm like, shut up with this. I don't want to hear it.
They were waxing poetic about seeing
it.
Penny, and had an opportunity to be on an event where Mayor Paul Young was, and what a beautiful city, and all. And I got a little irked in that moment. Like, well, if it's all so good.
I don't want to hear the head of the PGA Tour talk about how much he loves Memphis.
Yeah, because if you love Memphis this much.
You could have showed us. I don't want to hear it. You could have showed us. Don't tell me.
Maybe they'll still show us.
Yeah, I'm out.
Everything's a negotiation.
Oh, sure. If they ever wanted to bring it back, I wouldn't object.
Yeah.
But the idea, to hammer home the point, I have memories of just walking out there with my kids, and you sort of,
Yes.
when you walk into a golf tournament, it's not like a basketball game. We're like, all right, we're 5 minutes to tip off.
No.
It's like, it's a golf tournament.
It's a roaming event.
It's a roaming event.
Right.
Things are already going on, probably. People are already on the course. Somebody's already on 14. Somebody's about to tee off on 1. We're moving. And so you just sort of walk in, and like you walk into TPC Southwind, and it's like, hey, let's go over to, the Bubbles and Birdies, where Andy and Michael are, and that's a nice setup. So let's walk there. And I just have these memories of like, hey, look, Oliver, there's Justin Thomas.
Yeah.
There's Justin Thomas walking up 15. Or there's hey, look, there's Tommy Fleetwood. Or look, hey, there's Roy McIlroy. We just stumbled into Roy McIlroy.
Yeah.
We weren't looking for him, but there he is. And that's awesome. And in 2 years, it'll be like, hey, look, there's somebody, I don't even, who is that again? And I don't want to do that. I have no interest in that. And that breaks my heart. I take offense to it. I understand it, like, logically. Mm-hmm. They want big markets. Memphis isn't a big market. I got it. I understand. But what I have no patience for is the constant, we really love FedEx, and we really love the hospital, and the partnership has been great. And what is this about? Charity and philanthropy. Like, shut up. Like, you go to New York and go to LA. I don't want to hear you talk about how much you love Memphis while you're on your way out of Memphis. I don't have any interest in that.
Before I let you go, we have a Tigers All Access tomorrow.
They ain't leaving us.
With Grind City.
They ain't leaving us, so I'll be there.
They are called the University of Memphis.
They're not leaving, so I'll be there.
They are staying here. You will be, I don't think I'm spoiling any secrets, interviewing Ed Scott.
I think that's true.
I believe that is the plan. What's your biggest question for Ed Scott going into tomorrow?
So, with this bill seemingly at least in a position to maybe get passed and become federal law, how does that change your approach as the athletic director at the University of Memphis, if at all? The way it is currently written, and it has been adjusted a million times, it might get adjusted a million more times, but there's like a 6-month window once it's signed into law where if you are in a power conference and you want to move, you got to do it now. And so that puts real pressure on the Florida States, the Clemsons, the Virginias, the North Carolinas. Like, I think they've all been planning to go eventually, but the way this is written, it's like, if you want to go, you got to go now. And so everything gets sped up. There is a scenario where, and I'm not predicting this, I'm just saying it's possible. People come back from recess, lawmakers come back from recess, it gets through the Senate, gets through the House, it's signed into law in September. I'm just making things up at this point. And now you got 6 months. Virginia, North Carolina, Florida State, anybody else in the ACC thinks you want to go to the Big Ten SEC? If they want you got to figure that out now. You got 6 months. And so this stuff we thought might be happening in 2030 might be happening in late 2026, early 2027. And if those schools actually jump, then this whole idea of the ACC is going to have to replace schools, Memphis is sitting right there. We thought that might be 2030 or further down the line. It could be next year. And so all of that is pressing matters, and I'd be interested to get his thoughts on it.
Well, we'll get his thoughts tomorrow.
Oh, I can't wait.
Can't wait. All right, Gary, thanks for joining us. We will take a quick break here. When we come back, a really sad loss in the entertainment world. Hayden Panettiere died last night. I went to sleep to that news from my husband. We'll also do some Hot Mess Express stories from the weekend as well. Jayden Daniels has become a meme. Jayden Daniels, what have you started? We'll get into all that and more on the other side.
New Amsterdam Vodka is an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies. It's the only exceptionally smooth vodka that is 5 times distilled, 3 times filtered, and rated 93 points. New Amsterdam believes wins big and small become legendary when you celebrate them with your crew. So here's to the blue, white, and gold, the Memphis grit and grind, and reliving winning moments big and small with Tennessee's favorite basketball team. New Amsterdam Vodka. Find your wins.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
Brock Lesnar says he's really retired this time. We believe this guy. I feel like he pulled my chain last time. I feel like he was pulling my chain. He took his boots off in the rain and walked down. They were like, and Brock Lesnar is retired.
Now that I'm thinking through this, because when you said that, you were like, he already did the pump fake on us. So I was like, what do you? He did put his boots in the middle of the ring.
That's why I don't know if I can trust this guy.
He might be full of it. I don't know if he's really retiring or not.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Grizzlies are on their way to a new era, and now's the perfect time to buy in and secure your seat to witness history. With the 2026-27 half-season tickets, you can see the future take shape in real time. With a talented draft class joining our young core and starting this season, half-season ticket holders can own the moments with all new MVP benefits, including inside access to exclusive events, perks that match your passion, and rewards that take your fan experience to the next level. More information, visit grizzlies.com/tickets or just call 901-888-HOOP or grizzlies.com/tickets.
Stop it, bro. You ain't never had to check nobody.
They started right there.
And moved. That is a real hat. I got that hat from the Hall of Fame of Memphis, Tennessee, man. Yeah, a little move from 520. How you talking about I had a plain black hat on?
He was saying something like,
They said you had a gas station
they said he had a gas station hat on, bro.
Hey, it's at a Q-Mart. You can get the 2 wings if you wanted to.
For $6.99, bro. Come on now.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
The Memphis Tigers football season is almost here, and Grind City Media is bringing you inside the action. Join us live this Tuesday, August 18th, from Tigers football practice starting at 8 a.m. Hear from coaches and players as they gear up for the season. Watch it all live on the Grind City Media app or the Grind City Media YouTube channel. We will be out there to get things started tomorrow morning. We're going to have Hannah Hayden off the top, women's basketball coach at the U of M. Then Brooks is going to join us, head coach of the Memphis women's soccer team. They took a loss over the weekend, first home loss in 5 years because they've been so dominant. They lost to Alabama, but we'll catch up with him about another season ahead for the Tigers. As we mentioned with Gary, Ed Scott is going to be on with him. I believe Charles Huff is going to be on with Chris Vernon. It'll be a fun day. And to get everybody ready for the sports season ahead here at the University of Memphis, because like we mentioned off the top of the show, college football is just 2 weeks away. And I can't wait. That Memphis UNLV game will be here before we know it, because that is the joy of having a week 0 game. We will have a genuine game to talk about here leading up to the action that week. Listen, I was trying to go to bed early last night, get a good start to the week, had my little eyes closed after we went and saw Spider-Man. And my husband said, "Oh no," and kind of woke me up from a little half sleep and said, "Hayden Panettiere died." I was like, no. She was just so young. And she was one of those girls where you're like, she was that girl. Like for me in my life, especially coming off of Remember the Titans being the first real, I think she actually was the voice of Dot in A Bug's Life before she did Remember the Titans, and she was in a lot of commercials. But that character in Remember the Titans, one, was like the perfect representation of a coach's daughter and the loyalty and just her obsession with sports. And as a young girl who loved sports, and I was like, oh, this might be my favorite character ever depicted in a movie. That scene where she's sitting at the table watching film with Denzel Washington's character, and the mom comes in and tries to get her to play with the other little girl, and she just goes, "I hate playing with dolls." And the other girl goes, "I'm accessorizing." One of my favorite like young childhood scenes in movies. But she had so many roles that I followed along with her career for a long time. She was in this movie called Raising Helen with Kate Hudson that I loved. She was on a Disney Channel original movie called Tiger Cruise. She was an Ice Princess, so now we've lost both Michelle Trachtenberg and Hayden Panettiere. They were both in that movie. The picture of the two of them from that film is just heartbreaking because both of them gone far too early. Hayden was only 36 years old, and Michelle was fairly young when she passed away a couple years back too. She was on Heroes, which was her big show, but we were a big Nashville household. I know now I live in Memphis, Tennessee, but there was a time where I was obsessed with the show Nashville with Connie Britton and Hayden Panettiere and this country music industry. I listened to the Nashville cast album all morning getting ready today. She did a sick remix of Cruella de Vil on Disney Mania 5. That was a constantly played track in my rotation. But she had some real demons, and she's been open. Her memoir came out this past year, and fairly recently I went down a deep dive because I hadn't really thought. I was like, whatever happened to Hayden Panettiere? And then this memoir comes out and tracks through her substance abuse, and she had some deep dealings with postpartum depression and ended up losing custody of her daughter with her ex-fiance. She's been, abused. She had stories about a time when she was on a boat when she was 18 years old, and there was a sexual abusive kind of situation. And just you start learning, and like, damn, like this person who was so impactful to me as like a young actor who you watch come up, and we see this happen, not all the time, but fairly frequently, where the industry just seems like they chewed someone up, swallowed them, and spit them back out and said, all right, good luck in the world. Like even she had a partnership with Neutrogena, and I believe she said that after she was vocal and open about her postpartum depression, they ended the partnership with her, and her career was kind of in a rocky place at that point. But like, it's just so sad. Someone who was so bright and made so many contributions. She was a real one. I don't know if you ever saw the Bring It On sequel, but that was always one of her most impactful moments as well. I think even she would laugh at that one.
Thoughts and prayers to the family involved. And like, I think that when you say, and when we say, the industry, speaking of Hollywood, chew this person up and spit them out, we got to just call it what it is, right? That can be, and there are industries over here, lots of them, where when we say chewed up and spit out, we mean, oh yeah, it's abusive, right? Like this person got abused and was not able to handle the abuse. And that's what this feels like. Gone way to 36 years old, like you said, struggled with addiction due in large part to trying to cope with everything that goes into being like a person in the position that she was in. I hate that she was found unresponsive. Again, thoughts and prayers to her family. Loved her in A Bug's Life, loved her like you loved her, and Remember the Titans. Just always, and what I've seen her in, was always the feistier one. Mm-hmm. And I understand that these people are acting, right? But it's hard for me sometimes to not be like, oh, that's just a feisty individual. Mm-hmm. That's an individual who's going to fight you and going to have a couple of quick witty remarks for you, and in general a good time. And I can get lost in the on-screen persona and miss out on everything happening like most of us do behind the scenes. I didn't know she was battling addiction. That's not something that I was unfamiliar with the memoir. I hadn't listened to her on anything. So I just thought, oh, this is a happy person, a successful person, somebody who's going to be around for a while. Waking up to the news that she had passed away was shocking. And then hearing about all the stuff that she dealt with along the way is like, okay, we got to find a better way of, I don't want to say protecting that person, protecting all people from the abuses that happen in some walks of our life.
No, it's a perfect way to put it, as she felt like a feisty person in a complimentary way, the kind of person who just seemed really fun. And I think that's why when that memoir was coming out, there was an interview that she did with some publication. I don't remember which one it was, but a lot of critics were saying she shouldn't have done the interview. Like, she didn't seem well enough to be doing the interview in the way that it was conducted. And again, the conversation became, where are the people protecting her? Where are the people on her team who she can count on who would say, hey, I don't think this is a good idea. You can do the memoir, but you don't need to do every interview that comes your way through it. And it was so jarring watching that interview because she was so just inherently different from, and again, she was an actor, she was playing a lot of roles, but you saw her around those roles in press leading up to, her time in the spotlight of when it was. She was also, as someone pointed out in the chat, she was the voice of Kari in Kingdom Hearts, which I always thought was so cool, the Disney video game. She was one of those Disney kids who then ended up getting that bump. Like even going back and looking at that Disney Mania 5 album, they used to put, like Vanessa Hudgens had a song on there, Ashley Tisdale had a song on there, Keke Palmer had a song on there. That's where, like, you look at Keke Palmer's trajectory and it's incredible. And you never want to weigh one versus the why one person is able to ultimately make a career and kind of get out of the absolute mess and the abuse that plagues so many young people in this industry as they're trying to get out. Hayden Panettiere's brother died, and that was definitely a big kind of imprint moment in her life that was really hard for her to get over. I know there's all the reports about an on and off again relationship with someone who was accused of domestic violence. It just stinks. It was one of those that was a gut punch. So like you said, thoughts and prayers to the family, and those are always the hard ones to have to deal with. All right, let's hit the Hot Mess Express. Tough transition. Chugga, 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 chugga. Choo-choo! All aboard!
The Hot Mess Express. Chugga, 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 chugga.
All right, we had not had a good sports meme in a minute, like a meme where everybody in the sports internet space came together for one common cause. But this weekend we sure did, thanks to Jayden Daniels, because all the teams are dunking on Jayden Daniels now. Since the story of him hitting LSU with the cease and desist happened last week for using his likeness, since they're now letting another player wear the number 5 this season, teams, businesses, entities are now finding ways to remove the number 5 from their own lives, just in case. Like Jayden Daniels, don't come for us. We're not using the number 5. The first one I actually saw was StubHub, but then the second one I saw was this Mets post where they said, stopped at 4 out of respect for Jayden Daniels after they won their game 4-1 over the weekend. A ton of baseball teams did it, not just the Mets. You had Ryan Kreidler, who on the scoreboard at the Twins game says is currently number 5 unless he receives a cease and desist letter. Currently number 5 unless he receives a cease or desist letter. You had the Cleveland Guardians saying, we won by 5 because we're not scared of Jayden Daniels, as they won their game 6-1 over the weekend. You also had, next up on this list, this is a priest in Louisiana who said, important Parrish announcement. Until this whole number 5 situation gets worked out, we've been advised to take the necessary precautions. They've moved their services to 6:30 instead of 5:30 because they just don't want anything to do with the number 5. They can't do anything with 5. It's gone too far. It's gone too far. Also, why is this AI?
Some of this stuff.
Why?
Man,
It doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this way. The Orioles said they went from 4 to 6 runs out of respect for Jayden Daniels after a 2-run shot. They just skipped right ahead of 5. That StubHub post from the beginning of the weekend, I was like, surely this isn't the real StubHub. No, it was the real StubHub. They showed tickets for, I think it was a Commanders-Seahawks game, and they said they weren't offering tickets in bundles of 5, either 4 or 6, or 1, 2, and 3.
That's good as well.
No bundles of 5-person tickets available. So, Jayden Daniels, you will now forever have the opportunity to be reminded that you did this. It's never going away. My God. We've had another Michigan-Ohio State rivalry update. We had Michigan last week try to treat the game as just another game, which we know CJ's thoughts on that. Different approach.
We don't know them because the Lakers ended up selling it right in the middle of my breakdown
That's
of
true.
the situation.
You didn't get to do a full rant, but we know you hate it.
Yeah.
Inherently.
Yeah.
I feel like I can.
Yeah, I hate it.
I can speak for you in this case and say you hate it.
Yes,
it is not just another game, and the depiction of it being just another game, either from Coach Whittingham or from Bryce Underwood or anyone else who would dare to say that Michigan-Ohio State is just another game and they're treating it that way. Opposite side of the spectrum, Ryan Day says that they have moved senior week to week 1 to avoid any distractions during Michigan week. Quote, we want to keep much of the focus on the game, and the more distractions we have, there's already enough distractions during that week. So this was just one more thing that we felt we could move. So senior week is week 1, which is a goofy time to have senior week. But they are doing that to make sure that nothing distracts.
I don't
from
like
the
this
game.
at all.
I don't like either. Can't we be somewhere in the middle?
On, man.
Can't we meet
Come
somewhere
on.
in the middle?
Go out there.
I hate it.
That's a part of what makes that game at the end of the season so important, so impactful, because that is your biggest rivalry
Yes.
for both of those teams. And this is the last game of this football season with this football team. Oh, and on top of that, this is the last regular season game that a lot of these guys are going to get to play in college football. So like that, you add that pressure onto it as well. That's what makes it so much fun to sit down and watch. Listen, Coach Brooks brought this up last year. Remember when were we out there at Tigers not media day, but Tigers
at
takeover at the All Access Day? I can't remember. We was like, yeah, no, we're moving senior night to the first week of the year instead of the last game of the year. It's like, okay, well, all right, and it worked for them, so maybe it'll work for Ryan Day and them.
Didn't they have so few seniors? That's
They
why
had
they
3.
did it. Yeah.
They had 3, and they're like, yo, we can just do this now.
Yeah.
No, put it at the very end. And senior night, Michigan comes to town. Let's do it. Let's go.
Well, that can make you mad. I'll tell you what makes me mad. Nothing is sacred in this world anymore. You remember when Justin Herbert and Madison Beer were cuddling up to each other after practice?
Oh, we're talking about this?
Remember when I came to the defense
this?
of Justin Herbert and Madison Beer? And then after that took place, there were some interesting images that came out of Jackson Dart and his girlfriend having a similar cute moment. And then Joe Burrow and his girlfriend having a similar cute moment. And you know what it is, according to Front Office Sports? Coordinated. It was all coordinated. It is a part of a larger content campaign that they will be doing more of in the future. The 3 girlfriends of those players, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, and Jackson Dart, their 3 girlfriends have a combined 70 million followers on Instagram and TikTok. For comparison, the NFL only has 53 million, so 70 million for those 3, 53 million for the NFL. If you want to know the definition of a PSYOP, sometimes I'll randomly throw up, I think this is a PSYOP, and people will say, what's a PSYOP, Jessica? A PSYOP is a planned action to influence people on ideas and feelings, and this worked, and I'm so mad about it, and I should have thought this through, because outside of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce getting married, and now perhaps a quieter period for that relationship, it is no longer new and shiny, but it is still there. I don't know how much it will be used from a broadcast standpoint, but they obviously saw real gains in female viewership and care factor of women's football fans coming out of that. It's just a fact. They want more. And what day, CJ, does the Super Bowl fall on this year?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. I bet it's all part of a coordinated thing for Valentine's Day. The Chargers have said that they are not planning to use any of that of Justin Herbert and Madison Beer. They're trying to still make it seem. And then Harbaugh's out there, and then everybody watches women's sports shirt yesterday, and I was like, okay.
What?
I'm sure he does.
Which one? John
Jim.
or Jim?
Jim.
Jim might.
You think?
Jim might. Yeah.
All that said, I see what you're doing. I see you, league, and they're smart. The NFL is one of the smartest, most cunning businesses in all of the world. They know that the dollar of female sports fans is imperative to the continued growth of the league. And so they're going to find ways to maneuver that. And this is one of them, allegedly, according to Front Office Sports.
You're the NFL. You have saturated the dude market. You're not going to get very many. If dudes aren't watching your product, they just aren't going to watch. You've gotten us.
Yes.
Got to go someplace else. Particularly United States dude. United States dude is watching. You got us. Well, where else can you go? Because you got to keep making money. Because enough is never enough. You're a multi-billion-dollar organization. Just rest on those billions of dollars. You don't need any more money. Like, what's the point? What are you going to do with more money? You have enough to do everything that you could want to do, but you still need more money. So where are you going to go? You can't get American dudes. Well, since we can't get the dudes in the U.S., we can go international and get the international dudes. So let's go there, and let's get some of these women over here in the United States. Let's get some of them.
For now, the wage gap is closing. So.
Is it?
Yeah, technically.
Okay.
For now.
All right.
But the point being, women have dollars to spend.
Let's do
And
it.
what are they going to spend it on? Right now, probably not a lot of football. A lot of my friends in my life, you talk about how excited, how you get that feeling in your stomach that football season is around the corner. The opposite of that is happening for a lot of my female friends in this world. They say, oh, already? I have a couple fantasy football drafts where friends have their husbands, significant others in said fantasy football drafts. Oh, you mean I lose my partner? The NFL wants to get as many of those people hooked some way, somehow. And if they're going to do it by the influencer status of players' girlfriends, wives, I will say this right now on Monday, August 17th, 2026, in the next 5 years, we will have a Real Housewives-styled WAG NFL show. Women and girlfriends. Or I mean, wives and girlfriends.
What? You said 5 years?
5 years.
Okay.
Where there is a reality show that follows prominent, maybe now, I don't know. Maybe it's going now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Easy.
It's easy content.
Easy.
Even this week with the golf tournament in town,
Yeah.
my friends were all following the WAGs of the PGA players.
Okay.
Who were making content. And there were also a lot of influencers featured in the Celeb-Am tournament. So like, if you don't like that world, that's tough. That is tough because it is here and it is notable. And like seeing the shift of the celebrities in the Celeb-Am this year versus like my first year here where it was very reality TV focused, but there were also big names in sports, big names in TV, movies, music, comedy. There are more and more influencers, so you can run, but you can't hide from the influencer takeover of this world. So we're gonna have it, I promise. Oh, but more women will just keep spending it on shoes and bags.
Yeah.
And pink things, you know?
Yeah, they're going to make all the jerseys pink. They're going to
No,
make
we don't
NFL
mess
jerseys.
with that. No, women won't do that. Women are too smart. We hate the clothes that sports teams put out for us.
Yeah, they're going to make it for you.
Yeah, but we won't buy it.
Y'all will buy it.
No.
All women.
No,
buy
they
clothes.
won't.
Y'all will buy it.
We won't.
Y'all will.
No, especially the kids are too cool now. They are.
For a little NFL skirt? NFL lycra? NFL tank top?
Yeah. Tank top's fine. Like a little like
come on now.
Crop is fine.
Yeah, like come on.
But you said pink. You said pink and I implied was bedazzled.
Y'all are suckers for bedazzled.
Not anymore.
I just bought a bedazzled doohickey from the Grizz Den.
The hat.
I think it was a jacket?
No, the draft hat this year was bedazzled.
No, the jacket. Like I bought it. It was specifically a woman's item that I bought for a woman, and she loved it. Already talking about styling it in the fall.
Okay.
When that comes. A month and a half from now. 2 months from now. 3 months? It's not coming this month. It's not coming in September.
Guess what?
either.
It's hot. And it's not stopped. They did say it was the hottest day in the last 3 years, or this weekend was the hottest weekend of the last 3 years. In case you were wondering. In case you said, man, it feels hotter than normal when I'm normally complaining how hot it is. It is warm. We will see everybody tomorrow. It is Tigers All Access Day. We will be at our normal time at 8. We'll have Memphis women's basketball coach Hannah Hayden off the top. A full day of Tigers coverage coming tomorrow on Grind City Media. We will see you there. Have a good one. Bye.
I want some pancakes.